The mountain was crowded with people watching, wondering, and waiting for something miraculous to happen. Hundreds of prophets of Baal filled the air with chants, dances, and desperate cries to a god who never answered. From morning till evening, they shouted louder, hoping that noise would move heaven, but no fire ever fell. There was no wind, no voice, no proof, just silence over the altar they had built in vain. Have you ever felt that kind of silence? The kind where your prayers echo, but nothing seems to respond? Have you ever cried out in faith, only to be met with stillness? Then Elijah stepped forward. One man standing alone, not backed by a crowd, but backed by confidence in the God of Israel. He didn't shout, he didn't perform, didn't try to compete with the noise. He simply rebuilt the altar with stones, restoring what had been broken. Then he made the moment undeniable by soaking the sacrifice with water once, twice, and even a third time. Because when you're aligned with heaven, you're not afraid of obstacles. You're willing to risk looking foolish just to prove God faithful. Because when you trust God to answer, you don't help him prove it. You simply make space for him to move. Then Elijah prayed. Not a long, poetic sermon, just a direct appeal from a heart aligned with heaven. Let it be known today that you are God in Israel. And before he finished, heaven answered. Fire fell from above. It didn't just consume the offering. It devoured the wood, the stones, the dust, even the water in the trench. It was God's way of saying, I'm not moved by theatrics. The people fell to their knees. The prophets of Baal, once loud and certain, were silenced completely by truth they couldn't deny. The crowd that came divided, left with one unified voice. The Lord, he is God. Elijah didn't win the moment because he was loud. He won because he was aligned with the heart of God. He didn't rely on noise or popularity, just truth spoken with clarity and faith. So let me ask you, when the world gets louder, do you get lost in the noise? Or do you stand in quiet faith, trusting that God will speak when it matters? Because heaven doesn't respond to performance. It responds to obedience, to alignment, to surrender. If this message ignited something inside your spirit, share it with someone who feels outnumbered in their faith. Someone praying in silence, wondering if their voice still matters. Because sometimes, revival doesn't begin with many, it begins with one. One prophet, one prayer, one flame. This is the Scripture Speaks, where biblical truth meets today's reality. And even now, the fire still falls when faith stands firm. Thanks for watching. May God bless you all. See you next time.